To my right is Colin McGuire. He is the resident agent in charge of the FBI field office here in Rockford. To my left is Joe Briscato, State's Attorney, Winnebago County. And to his left is Marilyn Height Ross, Chief of the Criminal Bureau for the Winnebago County State's Attorney. Go through the release for you real quick. Recapping, on last Saturday, April 7th at about 3:25 in the morning, we responded to the 400 block of North Springfield, reference the shooting. We found 3 deceased victims inside a private charter limousine-style bus. It had been rented by private citizens the previous night before. The victims were later identified as Dejan Sistrunk, 22 years old, Martavius Blake, 21 years old, and Sean Anderson, 27 years old. The detectives from the Rockford Police Department have been conducting a follow-up investigation in conjunction with the local law enforcement and also our federal partners. The investigation was later reviewed by the Winnebago County State's Attorney's Office. As a result, charges were authorized and arrest warrants were obtained for 2 individuals in the case, Raheem King and his girlfriend, Lakeacia Kizart, for the listed charges. The charges of first-degree murder are against Raheem King, and the charges of concealing or aiding a fugitive are against Lakeacia Kizart. Both individuals are currently in custody at the Winnebago County Jail. The bond for Kizart is a $1 million bond, 10% applies. As all cases, the charges are against the suspects are merely accusations and are not evidence of their guilt. As with defendants in all criminal cases, they're considered innocent until proven guilty in court. The investigation is ongoing. There are more things that we need to wrap up, and we will continue to do so. At this time, I would like to say thank you to all the partners in law enforcement that have helped us in this area, as well as other areas, as well as our federal partners. They've all been a very big help, and we're very happy to have Mr. King in custody at this time, as he was a great threat to the public. And I'll let State's Attorney Briscato comment if he would like on anything.
Thank you, Chief. I'd like to begin by indicating that local law enforcement, especially the City of Rockford Police Department, did an excellent job in this investigation. We were brought into this very early on in the early morning hours of April 7th, as I was advised by the Chief as to what had occurred. Working with our office, including Ms. Height Ross as Chief of the Criminal Bureau, the following charges were issued. 4 counts of first-degree murder against Raheem King. Those possible penalties, should he be convicted, would be automatic natural life. The bond is, if he was convicted of all charges, would be automatic natural life. The bond in this particular case is none. The court is not issued a bond, so he will be held until time of trial unless that bond is changed by a court of law. He is in custody, and we would expect that he will appear in court as soon as he's processed by the court system. That could be as early as tomorrow at 1:30 in the afternoon. Also arrested is Ms. Kizart. She was arrested and charged with concealing or aiding a fugitive. That is a Class 4 felony, possible penalty of 1 to 3 years in the Department of Corrections. As the Chief indicated, she has a $1 million bond, 10% to post. Both of these individuals, while they are charged, are considered innocent. These accusations are merely that. They are not evidence of guilt, and the defendants remain innocent until they are proven guilty in a court of law. This remains an ongoing investigation, and therefore the potential of adding charges or the prosecution expanding does exist. So we will do everything we can to keep the public and our partners in the media informed. Thank you for your time and being here tonight. And once again, I will indicate the good work of the Rockford Police Department and echo the Chief's thoughts. It is a good thing that the individuals that we are talking about tonight are in custody, as we do believe that Mr. King was a threat to the community. So I think the community should look at this as a moment for us to take a pause and say, we have a person who is dangerous and has committed a heinous crime in our community in custody, and that we can now allow the criminal justice system to do its work as we move forward. Thank you very much, Chief.
Other than that, we can't really obviously answer too many questions as the case is going to be pending in court. So with that, if there's any pertinent questions or any questions I can't answer, I will. But keep in mind, most questions we won't be able to answer at this time.
Can you say how they were located?
How they were located?
Yeah, how did you cover
Mr. King turned himself in with his attorney at the Criminal Justice Center earlier in the day. And I believe Ms. Kizart also, she turned herself into District 1 earlier this morning.
Do you have a time frame? Like what exact times maybe for either Kizart or King?
King was around 5:30, I believe. Kizart, I'm not sure what time she came, sometime midday to District 1.
At this point, do we believe that both suspects were within Winnebago County from the time of the incident until they turned themselves in today?
That'll have to wait to come out during the trial.
And I know on early releases there had said that there was other passengers on the bus at the time of the incident. Have they been, or were they helpful at all in some of the investigation, or if you can comment on that at all?
I can't comment on that. That'll have to wait until the trial.
Can you say how the two suspects are related?
I believe, well, they don't have a relation. I believe they may have a personal relationship, but I'm not positive of that.
Is there any more clarification as to the incident itself when it was first reported? I know it wasn't clear where King had gotten off from the bus or anything like that. Is there any clarification to that?
That'll come out. That'll have to wait and come out during the trial. Those are all pertinent case facts, and it's still an open investigation.
Is any of the investigation being considered with any ties to gangs in the area or anything at that point? Is that being investigated?
At this point, we don't have any ties to being gang related, but again, it's still ongoing, and it's a fluid case. All right, with that, I thank you all for coming on short notice. Sorry, I know you got the information, and we just wanted to make sure we did a face-to-face. All right, thanks.
Thank you very much.